In today's Monday Quick Tip, we're going to talk about keying your database to the other side's exhibit list. Welcome back to another Monday Quick Tip where we talk about the tips and tricks that make you faster, more efficient, and more valuable to your trial teams. And today what I want to talk about is keying your case file not just to your exhibit list, but also to the opposing side's exhibit list as well. And there's a number of reasons that you might want to do that. In the latest trial that I worked on, we did it from a rhetorical perspective, saying, look, we can beat you even with your exhibits. So even though these were things that we had labeled and were on our exhibit list, whenever we could, we always wanted to refer to them by the other side's exhibit numbers. And so what was difficult about that particular trial and most of the state trials that I've ever worked is that there wasn't a formal exhibit exchange. And so I didn't know what the other side's exhibits were. So how did I key my exhibits to the other side's list? Let me show you how. So first I'm going to take a look and do it in OnCue. I'll also do it in Trial Director as well, just so you guys can see it both ways. And so I have a dummy case file from another case disposed of a long time ago. And the thing that I'll do is as I'm listening to the other side's exam, let's say we did a direct and then they went on cross and then we're getting ready for a redirect. As I'm listening to the cross, if they pull up an exhibit that I know, and maybe I recognize it because I recognize the exhibit or because I recognize the Bates number, and they have a different number for it. And so for example, let's say this is JTX1 that we're looking at here, but the other side keeps calling it by defendants 52, right? So let's call it that. So what I'll do is in one of the fields here in this properties window in OnCue, I'll give it the name of D52 for page 1 of that exhibit. And if you don't see that window, and maybe it looks like this when you've opened up your OnCue, come to the view section and click on properties or hit F4 and it'll show up there. So now let's turn on my jury screen. I'll hit escape quick just to clear that exhibit. Let's say we get up, it's our turn on redirect, and the attorney that I'm working with says to witness, all right, now the opposing counsel just asked you about their defendant exhibit 52. Let's pull that up. So I can come over to this screen, hit XD52, and there I have the exhibit. Even though it's my JTX1, and I could have just typed in X1 for the way I've hotkeyed my exhibits, we could pull it up by their exhibit number. So you have that kind of rhetorical device of we're going to beat you with your own exhibits. Or the other reason might be just for continuity in the juror's mind, they might not know if we talk about JTX1 now, they might be confused. They might not realize that's the same as defendants 52. And so it's nice to be able to use the same numbers. Now let's talk about the same thing. And this time we'll do it in Trial Director. So in Trial Director, you have to do it a little bit differently, but you can still do it. And so here I have another set of dummy files from other cases. And let's say, again, we're talking about Exhibit 1, but this is Defendant's Exhibit 52. The way that I would do that is I would right-click this exhibit once I find it in my case file. And I have two different options of where I can put kind of hotkey information. In Trial Director, I can either use trial exhibit number or exhibit number. I usually use trial exhibit number for any of the shortcuts that I want to use, and then exhibit number for Bates. So for trial exhibit number, that's where I usually put some of the hotkey information. So I'll call that D52 as well. And then if I then go to present this exhibit, let's get that started in Trial Director. And we'll clear the preview so there's nothing on there. What I can then do is just type in D52, enter, and then that exhibit will show up and I can hit present preview if I'm not already in mirror mode. If I'm in mirror mode and I do the same thing again, let's clear it, D52, enter, and then it pops right up right away. So then I can have the exhibits that are already in my case file keyed to the other side's exhibits, so that way you have a little bit more continuity, whether it's from a juror comprehension level or from a rhetorical level, whatever the reason, you get to use their exhibits. And the other main reason might be the attorney who's doing the redirect may not remember what exhibit our exhibit number is, but they did just look at what the other side put up, so they might refer to it by that number as well. So 3 reasons why you might want to key your exhibits to the other side's exhibit list, even if there was never an exhibit exchange. So hopefully that made a lot of sense to you guys. I don't know if that's something that you guys are already doing or not. Let me know in the comments if this is something that you think is going to be useful for your next trial. That's all I have for today's Monday Quick Tip. Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video, and I'll see you on the next one.